The following is a presentation of the Watertown Baseball Association in partnership with Eero TV and KXLG Radio. This is coverage of the 2025 State A American Legion Baseball Tournament from historic Watertown Stadium on Post 17 TV. Now, let's head down to the diamond and round the bases with the KXLG pregame show on Post 17 TV.
And good afternoon. We're getting ready for game number 2 here at the 2025 South Dakota State A American Legion Baseball Tournament here in Watertown, South Dakota. What a day it has been. This is a KXLG pregame show. Want to welcome our guest host here for today, KXLG's Ben Dilla. Hello, Benny.
Hello, how are you doing, Jeremy?
Hey, I'm doing great. It's been a lot of fun. Todd Jardine joining us as well, the legend, I guess we could say. The legend. Thanks for coming out and being a part of this, Todd, and being willing to have this experience with us. Before we get into our next game coming up here at 1 o'clock, let's talk about what we just witnessed here at Watertown Stadium. Game number 1. I don't think too many people probably had this as they filled out their bracket sheet before the tournament. Rapid City Post number 320, surprising. Rapid City Post 22, 4-1. Your thoughts, Benny?
They just came out and had the energy, had the pitching. Postseason, they've just had guys on the mound that are throwing strikes, getting outs, and they've just been scoring enough runs to kind of keep cruising on through their districts and regionals, and now the first game of the state tournament. So very impressive, but Post 22 far from done.
Absolutely, don't count them out.
Yeah.
This is a double elimination tournament, and they're going to be hungry after this one. Todd, that was a fun game.
It really was.
That's why we play the game, because you never know what's going to happen.
Exactly. I mean, as I think their coach mentioned too, was a little bit about the game of baseball per se, and like I say, I think their kids started believing what they were doing, had confidence going in. Not that they didn't necessarily, beaten Sioux Falls to get here 2 games in a row, but they just came out and played solid. They got good pitching performance, defensively played well, and put the ball in play and got some runs across play. So they did what they needed to do to advance.
Well, I tell you what, we've been waiting for this tournament here in Watertown for a long time. I know you guys at home as well watching this have been, and game 1 did not disappoint. We're excited for game number 2, going to get started here shortly. Game 2 features number 2 seeded Yankton Post number 12 taking on the 7th seed Harrisburg Post number 45. Benny, set the stage for us a little bit.
Yeah, Yankton comes in playing really good baseball. They're 26-10 on the season. Harrisburg is 16-20, so they're below 500, but by no means playing bad baseball right now. They were in the state championship this for the spring season, so they're a good team. They got off to a little slow start, but now they're really starting to click come tournament time, which is kind of what you want. They do have a little history, though. Yankton did take 2 games off of them in early June, so it's been a while. 5-6 weeks since, or almost 8 weeks since they played, so it'll be interesting to see kind of the matchup here this afternoon.
Well, when we look at these 2 teams, you got Yankton, you got Harrisburg, always good sports towns. Todd, you're familiar with them. They always come to compete, and good baseball schools, or good baseball towns is what I should be saying here.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when you look at the past history with the program Yankton's had these past few years, and then obviously Harrisburg, not only playing in maybe championship games, but winning championship games as well. So they have that, on their side as well. But I would think, like you say, they haven't played for a few months, or at least a couple months, so to speak. But they got to be a little more confident too, watching 320 take out 22 that first round. So I would think they should feel that they have nothing to lose here, and being able to move forward after this one.
Well, guys, this is a double elimination tournament, so we got to remember that. How important, though, is it, Benny, to win that first game?
I think it's huge. Just a huge weight off your shoulders. The margin for error, it doesn't go down to a paper thin. So you got to come out swinging. You got to come out throwing strikes, and hopefully you can get that first win and kind of get that pressure and those initial jitters kind of off your plate there at the beginning of the tournament.
I look at Harrisburg, Todd. They had a record last year, 38 wins and 9 losses. This year, a little different. 16-20. They struggled at times, but we're watching them warm up. They look pretty good, and they got some good players as well. Can't count out Harrisburg.
Oh, absolutely. Like I say, it's kind of that time of year. Obviously, they're playing well to get here. So, and with their past experience they've had, they're gonna start playing better. And I think this is the time of year you want to start doing that, obviously. And I think to get here to this point, that's where they're at, and they're right where they need to be.
All right, well, let's talk about Watertown hosting this tournament here as we get ready for the pregame coming up. I believe we're going to have the color guard and all that coming a little bit shortly here because we should be right on schedule, I would think. So we're going to keep it going. But, hey, great crowd for day number one. Looks a little weak right now, but they'll be coming in. It's getting hot out here, nothing like we have been seeing. But what an outstanding crowd for game number one with Rapid City. But we're going to see that crowd develop more as people will get off of work later. I know a lot of you are watching right now live on Post 17 TV. I think we're going to have a big crowd tonight, especially when Watertown plays against Pierre. People are looking forward to it, guys.
Yes, they are. And yeah, Watertown, I'm hoping for a great crowd, great turnout. I've heard of quite a few people that are, planning to bring the kids out and all that so they can experience the state tournament, because it has been 34 years, I believe, since Watertown's been able to host a state tournament. So, yeah, I think we'll have a great game, beautiful weather, nice little breeze coming in. So, yeah.
Todd, you got experience with state tournaments. It's a different ball game, isn't it?
It is. You got to count on kids to make plays, and you do that all year, but it's a little bit different all of a sudden when you're in the state tournament and you get either a slow roller or maybe a hard hit ball, and you got to make that play. And sometimes it's maybe more of a split decision as to where you're going to go with the ball if you didn't process things prior to the ball coming to you. I mean, those are things that can happen.
Well, you're a long-time coach. How do you keep the kids in the right mind frame heading into a state tournament? It's different than a regular game. Most of these guys are used to playing double headers all the time. Now we're playing one 7-inning game, lot on the line. What do you tell those kids going into this to keep them calm?
Well, I think another part you mentioned already is one 7-inning game. When it used to be 9 innings, when things fall in 9 innings, isn't that much different than your 7-inning game. And those 8, 9 innings get to be a little long at times, especially with your pitching staff. I think at this point, kids are pretty much ready to play. They've been playing all year. You're counting on guys that you count on throughout the year. But more importantly, I think when you get to this stage, you got to have guys that maybe step up and maybe do some things that may not like wouldn't necessarily do.
Yeah.
But maybe come through in a clutch hit or something like that, or make a big play for you. And those are the things that you can win your ball games.
Absolutely. Well, we're getting ready for the next game, game number 2. Here come the umpires and the golf carts, so we must be getting close to time. But I did want to mention this. We've had the coaches reach out to us and say some fun facts, and this is kind of interesting. When we talk about Yankton, their coach, Drew Lawrence, he said that every year, post-12, the Bucks from Yankton, they do an Olympics with different events every year. This year, the events included pickleball, bowling, axe throwing, which you're pretty good at, Kenny.
Sure, yeah.
And beanbags, or cornhole, as you would call it nowadays. The first year that the coaches lost the event with Matthew Sheldon and Mark Cathel winning. So that's fun. That's what I love about baseball. It's those sort of stories that we hear as this tournament moves on. But they know how to have a little fun, and they do this Olympic thing every year. What a bonding experience.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, those are things that, you remember. You don't always necessarily remember everything about the baseball game, but you might remember winning the Olympics that year.
Yeah, or hanging out in the dugout, the long bus rides, traveling all across the state. Yeah, that's the fun part about baseball, is just being with the team and hanging out. And now you get a chance to play on the state tournament stage and hopefully come home with some hardware.
Absolutely. We do want to remind you, we'll have 2 more games coming up today. The next one after this, and actually we should say after this second game, they're going to have the opening ceremonies, which was rained out last night. So they're going to do that after this next game. We'll have the evening session coming up at about 4 o'clock, and then 7 o'clock will be the late game. So 4 games today, 4 games tomorrow, 3 on Thursday, 2 on Friday, possibly 2 more on Saturday before we find a champion. We invite you, if you're here in Watertown or in the surrounding area, come on out to Watertown Stadium. You won't miss it because there's so much fun happening here. It's a great atmosphere for baseball. Should mention, we'll have Roger Merriam tonight. Gary Weckworth will be helping me with this portion. We'll give you guys a little break, and you'll be back tomorrow. But Roger's cousin, Tyler Merriam, is a PA announcer.
Yeah.
And he is the voice of our SDSU Jackrabbits, which we carry live on KXLG. What a beautiful voice, Ben.
Yeah, he does a great job and plays great music. He's quick on the trigger with walk-up music and pitching mound visits. So, yeah, it's been great so far, and I look forward to what he does the rest of the week.
And I think maybe you guys might be hanging around trying to get foul balls, because you can make some pretty good money nowadays, Todd. What happened to there? It used to be 25 cents.
I don't know. The price of admission went up. Maybe they're sending the kids out to get loose balls. I'm not sure, but yeah, what a deal for the kids. But like you said, there should be a great crowd. The weather's been great so far. The field looks great. What an opportunity to host a state baseball tournament.
Jeremy, we're standing right behind the Harrisburg bullpen here, and I've been watching starting pitcher get warmed up, and I got to say, I don't think I could get a hit off him.
I'm going to say I would be scared to even swing the bat. He's throwing some heat.
He's looking good. So, yeah, I think we got a good matchup here coming up.
Benny, before we wrap it up here and send it to the rest of our postgame, which should be starting here pretty shortly, I would think. Benny, what do you think of something we've been hearing about baseball? It's called drip. What is drip?
You know, that's the batting gloves, the wristbands, the arm sleeve, the necklace, the earrings, the sunglasses. It's all of it. It's your swag. It's
your sliding mitt.
Yeah, your sliding. I'm not a big fan of the sliding mitt, but everything else, free game. You know, I would be my game wouldn't be able to speak for itself, so I would be decked out head to toe with all the accessories.
Absolutely, me too. Todd, your thoughts on drip in baseball nowadays?
Well, I guess if you can't necessarily look the part, maybe you got to play the part.
Yeah. Look good, feel good, play good.
Look good, feel good. Yeah. Well, one thing in game number 1, guys, we saw some incredible plays out in the field, and you could tell that level of intensity has stepped up. We go back to Post 320 if you're just tuning into us, and they ended up pulling up the upset and knocking off Rapid City Post 22. That was super fun. Some big plays, and they were really into it, and that's what I think is fun about this time of year, is seeing the emotions, especially when we brought up the coach and we brought up the pitcher afterwards for the post game. That was true excitement.
Yeah, yes, it was. Yeah, as they should be. You know, he mentioned that it's the first time 320s beat 22 since 2008. So, you know, no better place to do it than the first round of the tournament. And yeah, it is. You see, you know, a little bit of, you know, not too much trash talk, but a little healthy back and forth is always fun.
All right. Hey, thank you very much. I hear them starting up, so we better wrap things up. We'll have more coming up during the game. We'll have our KXLG inside the game about the bottom of the 4th inning, and then we'll have the post-game show. Todd, Benny, stick around. It's going to be a great game. We're going to send it to our announcers here for the rest of the pregame show.
Afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to this milestone moment in South Dakota sports history. This is the 100th playing of the South Dakota American Legion State Baseball Tournament. We are broadcasting live from the historic Watertown Stadium. I am Cam Corey, and I'm joined today by Brett Scott. This game is going to be between Yankton Post 12 and Harrisburg Post 45. As we talk, Brett, about the Watertown Stadium, it is just nestled on the west side of Watertown, just off Kemp Avenue. This is an iconic ballpark, ladies and gentlemen, and it has stood the test of time. It was dedicated in 1940. It was built as a little history here, Works Progress Administration project, and it has hosted everything from the minor league teams to high school classics. Legion State Tournament has been here, but it's been a long, long time ago. Of course, this is one of the only ballparks that also had the football field on it, so they shared it, but no more.
No more. We're opening a new stadium this fall for the football season, but it's great to see the Legion tournament back here in Watertown at the stadium.
It is, and this ball field looks good. The parents of Post 17, which is the host team, Watertown, has done a nice job with preparing the Watertown Stadium. So this has a limestone facade, grass, classic grandstand, and there is no better backdrop for this centennial celebration right here at the Watertown Stadium. We open tournament play today with a battle between the number 7 seed, the Harrisburg Post 45, and they are a scrappy squad with a record of 16 wins and 20 losses. And then we've got the powerful team in Yankton, the number 2 seed in Yankton Post 12. They come in boasting an impressive record of 26-10. Brett, let's take a look at both of these teams.
Well, for Harrisburg, it's been a season of resilience. Their pitching staff features several arms with game experience. Darren Safransky leads the way with 38 innings pitched and a solid 5-2 record. He's got 46 strikeouts despite some control issues with a high walk count. Ethan Beek is another go-to with a 2.53 ERA and nearly a strikeout per inning. At the plate, Harrisburg is led by the big three. Bryson Esser, who boasts a team best .391 batting average with 33 RBIs, 5 home runs, and 9 doubles. The power continues with Eli Kokenge, who has a .376 batting average, 26 RBIs, and 7 home runs, go along with 1 triple and 13 doubles. That's very impressive to see that many home runs and extra base hits between 2 plays.
Yeah, this Harrisburg team in that middle of the lineup is got some power.
Yes, and we also have Michael Oakland, who hits .333 and has 5 home runs with 3 triples and 2 doubles. Noah Boshi also hits over .300, also has 7 home runs, 2 triples. So Harrisburg definitely has power at the plate.
Yeah, that should be fun to watch, and we'll talk about Yankton here in just a little bit, but this is going to be a matchup between the power hitters, I think, of Harrisburg and the pitching of Yankton.
Yes, and I think one of the keys for Harrisburg is going to be limiting damage early. If Yankton gets some early runs, that's going to be huge for them. Harrisburg needs to get their timely hits and play with nothing to lose. Some say they're the underdogs on this one, but Harrisburg has played in a lot of big games. They had a good high school season, so it'll be interesting. They'll be a dangerous team today.
Yeah, I think calling them the underdogs, Harrisburg comes into this game, they don't believe they're the underdogs. They're coming in expecting to win this ball game. But Yankton on the other side, let's talk about Yankton real quick. They are a disciplined, deep, and dangerous ball club. Their pitching is really what has led them this season. They are very deep in pitching, and their pitching really stands out. And that will be something here to watch this afternoon. Anchoring the mound is Cohen Cathell. He is going to be on the mound and starting for Yankton here today. And he's been just about untouchable this year with a 6-1 record, a razor thin ERA of 1.077, and he's a strikeout guy too. He just comes under just a little under 1 strikeout per inning. And right behind him we have Tate Bestie, and Bestie, he comes in with under a 1 ERA at .68 ERA, and this makes Yankton one of the deepest pitching rotations in this tournament. Offensively, Yankton is led by Cale Fesser, who has 38 RBIs on the year and a strong .350 batting average, so both of these teams do it at the plate as well. Defensively, Yankton does play a clean baseball game. On the mound, if they command, which they've been doing all year, and they execute, Yankton has a chance to go really deep into this tournament, Brett.
Yes, and oddly enough for Harrisburg, they're going to go with Kason Syverson as a pitcher. We didn't mention him, but he's coming in also with a strong record. He's pitched 33 innings. He has a 4.4 ERA. But has some control issues here and there, but also has a high strikeout rate in those 33 innings.
Yeah, he's averaging 1 strikeout per inning. I mean, he's the strikeout guy, and that's going to be interesting to see. His pitches, I think he's got like 3 pitches talking to Harrisburg before the game. You talked to their coach, and what type of pitches does he throw?
Yep, when I talked to Coach Will Simmons earlier, Syverson's going to come with a fastball, a traditional curveball, and then we'll also mix in a slider here and there.
Interesting. So we're not going to see the changeup, but we're going to see 2 different off-speed balls, just not the changeup with this with Syverson.
Yes.
All right. Excellent. So Brett, what do we have for keys of the game here this afternoon between these 2 teams?
Well, Coach Simmons mentioned one of the keys for him is right off the start was pitching and limiting walks. He didn't want to give many free bases. He wanted to keep hitting as they had the last couple weeks. Obviously, we mentioned their big hitters earlier. They want to continue with that. And one of the other keys for him is playing clean baseball on defense.
And what about for Yankton? What would be some keys of the game for Yankton?
Big key for them, what you mentioned already, is get ahead early. Get ahead early on, get a couple runs in those first couple innings. Hopefully that will get into the pitching staff, deep into the pitching staff of Harrisburg. He also wants to keep the big bats quiet for Harrisburg. Obviously, they got some power. And the other big key is stay sharp defensively. They've done that throughout most of the season, so they want to continue that throughout today.
And we do see a lot of these players for Yankton. We'll talk a little bit about them later, but they are going on to play collegiately, and we'll talk about even some for Harrisburg. But right now, we have the voice of the SDSU Jackrabbits in Tyler Merriam giving he is our public. Yankton is our home team on the scoreboard. Yankton wearing their white jerseys. Let's see, our pitcher. Cathal is our pitcher for Yankton. He wears number 19. He throws a four-seam fastball, a curveball, and a changeup. And as we mentioned, he has just been lights out this year, the right-hander. He is planning on attending Mount Marty University to study secondary education, and he's going to play baseball for the Lancers and is going to stay right at home in Yankton. So we'll see what Cathal brings to the mound. His battery mate here today is Johnson. Gavin Johnson, he'll wear number 22. He's averages 302 on the year. So this is looks to be a good game, anybody's game. We just had an upset in game one where Post 320, the Rapid City Post 320 defeated Rapid City Post 22 Hard Hats 4-1, and that hadn't happened since 2008, Brett.
Oh wow, that's impressive, and that's pretty neat to see two Rapid Cities come out, clear over to Watertown, and Post 320 upsetting the number one seed in Post 22, who everybody knows, dominant force in amateur or Legion baseball in South Dakota.
First pitch is up, and it's deep, and a long catch, and that is by Tate Bestie. Deep fly ball, and Bestie tracks that down for out number one.
Hitting that deep fly ball to center field was Eli Kokenge, the leadoff hitter for Harrisburg.
And we talked about Kokenge. He's going on to play some ball somewhere.
He's one of the better players in South Dakota. He is committed to the University of Minnesota. Now batting is number 16, Noah Boshi, the first baseman for Harrisburg.
Boshi bats .322, has 7 home runs on the year. Another just fantastic hitter for Harrisburg. As we see Cathal working on the mound. John Whitcraft behind the plate as our umpire. That one's just up and in. Count is 3 balls, no strikes on this second batter of the second game of this State Legion tournament. Pitches in and gets the walk. So 1 out, and Cathal walks his first batter in Boshi.
Bryson Esser, the DH for Harrisburg, is now coming to the plate. Another power hitter for Harrisburg, batting .333 with 5 home runs on the season.
These Harrisburg, as we mentioned it, they have the power, and we saw it with Kokenge in that first hit. Cathal working with 1 on base. He's in the stretch now. The right-hander goes to work. Pitches in and down. Ball 1. So 5 straight balls here for Cathal after that leadoff long fly ball out.
It's going to be important for him to come back on this batter. Don't want to put a Harrisburg runner in scoring position this early in the ball game.
2-0. Cathal trying to find the strike zone. Hits 2 up the middle, and they're going to go for 2, and they call it safe at first.
Close play at first on on the turn there.
Riker to Wishin gets the leadoff man of Boshi, and that will put Esser on first base. 2 outs for Yankton.
Now batting is Ethan Beek, the shortstop for Harrisburg.
Beek, a .279 hitter. He's your 4th cleanup hitter, as they call him. He's got 1 home run, 1 triple, and 5 doubles on the year, so he also has that gap power. Cathell with the strike. And we understand we do have some technical difficulties. We do have our team working on them. Hopefully we'll get that taken care of very quickly. Foul ball. .0-2 count for Cathell. Cathell looking for his first strikeout on the day. The right-hander in that stretch. And he goes high for ball 1. High and inside. 2-2. .75 degrees here in Watertown with an 8-mile-an-hour wind. Partly cloudy. Beautiful afternoon in the ball game. Hit to right field. Cirk goes after that and gets the fly ball out to end the inning for Yankton. No hits, no errors, no runs, 1 walk. We'll be back.
No Yankton errors and 1 runner left. 13 pitches for Cottle in the first. 13 pitches.
Whether you're cheering on your team from across the state or across the country, just know, right here in Watertown, Sharp Automotive is driving hometown pride forward. From new Chevys and GMCs to trusted service and parts, Sharp Automotive is proud to support South Dakota Legion Baseball in the next generation of hometown heroes. Shop online anytime at sharpgm.com. We'll be here when you're ready. Sharp Automotive, driven to serve and proud to support all baseball fans.
At Active Heating, you could say we specialize in comfort, heating and air conditioning, plumbing, air and water quality. Active Heating is ready. Too hot or too cold? Our certified comfort experts for Coleman Heating and Cooling Equipment can help. Don't let a leak drain your bank account. Our plumbers can handle it. Improve your air and water quality with an air purifier and reverse osmosis system from Active Heating, your local Coleman dealer. Active Heating of Watertown and Brookings, your comfort experts.
And welcome back to the Watertown Stadium. Brett Scott and Cam Corey here with you this afternoon. 75 degrees, we mentioned that, but I also didn't mention the humidity of nearly 80% humidity here in Watertown. We've had a lot of rain the last couple of days. In fact, opening ceremonies were postponed. Yeah, Goki, the third baseman, Sheldon, the designated hitter, and Fesser, the first baseman. On the bump is Severson for Harrisburg. Kason Severson, he has that fastball, the curve, and the slider, and he's a strikeout pitcher, and does have an ERA of 4.44.
Goki coming to the plate with a 500 on-base percentage. That's what you want in the leadoff.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing, isn't it? He wears number 11 in the white. First ball is up high. Seeing Harrisburg in their dark tops, gray bottoms. Swing and a miss. 1-1 count for Severson to start his state tournament. The right-hander, nobody on. He comes in the stretch, starts it off in the stretch with nobody on. Right-hander swings, gets another swing and miss. Good fastball. Hits up, and it's going deep to center. Just a couple steps back, and Raymond, actually, that's going to be Safransky in center field, mans that center field spot, and he goes up and makes the catch. 1 out for Harrisburg.
Now batting for Yankton, number 18, Matthew Sheldon, or DH.
Sheldon, a big boy at the plate. First pitch down and low. Yankton, the number 2 seed. Pitches on its way and strike, swing and a miss. So we're seeing Severson getting some of those swing and misses, which is what you want, right? You want your pitcher to be pitching where you get the swing and miss, and you know, we know Severson is able to do that with his fastball, and then he gives that curve.
I think it's important. He's come out, he's throwing strikes, and that's what Harrisburg wanted to see out of him to start this game.
Foul ball. That keeps the designated hitter alive at the plate. Count is 2-2. This is the bottom of the first inning. Our score is 0-0. Pitches in. Diving attempt by Kokenge. But the first base hit of the State Legion Tournament goes to the designated hitter of Matthew Sheldon. Nice line drive past a diving Kokenge. That will put him on first base. Up to bat is Fesser.
Looked like Severson tried to come in with a curveball there, and Sheldon stayed with it and put it into left field.
The left-hander pitches down in the dirt, and good dig out by Mr. Oakland, the battery of Michael Oakland. Catching Severson here this afternoon. Mr. Whitcraft says strike on that one. Nice pitch by Severson. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss by Fesser. So Severson throwing hard and keeping it right around that strike zone here in inning number 1. It's up, and it is to right field, and it is off the wall. Muntz throws this in, and that is going to be a stand-up double for Fesser. We'll see Sheldon remain at third. There wasn't a lot Muntz could do on that. That just went right over his head and hit the American Family Insurance Board.
Now, for a second there, I thought that one was going to go out. Good hit by Fieser. Getting a runner to third base, and he's into second with the stand-up double.
And
Gavin,
yes, put Gavin Johnson at the plate.
good chance for Yankton to put some early runs on the board here.
Gavin Johnson does hit at a 302 clip and does have 8 doubles on the year, so he's also one that can put it in a gap and get the wheels going. Yankton with 2 on. Severson looking to get out of this inning. Only one out. Pitch is in and fouls that off. It goes down the first base line and out just over the Dakota Land Federal Credit Union sign. And again, we do want to apologize for our technical difficulties. We are aware that our camera is has a glitch, and we have people working on that. We will. Kokenge with the dive, looks to first. He's going to get a big, heavy throw over there to get the out. Nice play by Kokenge.
That was an outstanding play to get the second out of this inning. Diving down the line.
Saved 2 runs.
Yes, easily.
Sheldon having to remain on third. Kokenge paused just long enough to look at him and then throw over to first base for that out. This will bring up number 3, Wishon. Wishon is the second baseman for Yankton. He's trying to get his team on the board first. First pitch is down and dug out by Oakland. Severson trying to get out of this jam. He does have 2 outs.
Sean is also planning on going to Mount Marty to play baseball in the fall.
Yankton's got several of them going to be a Lancer, so Yankton should, that'll be fun, seeing some hometown boys that'll continue to play at the next level. 1-1 count. Mr. John Whitcraft says strike. That is a 1 ball 2 count. All right, we are going to restart, and there's a strikeout for Severson, gets out of the inning. We've got just a moment in break in action. We're going to restart our computers and try.
1 pitches for Severson. Pitch counts after inning 13 for Cottle of Yankton, 21 for Severson of Harrisburg. Leading off for the Harrisburg Post 45, top of the second, right fielder number 10, Tayton Muss. Catcher number 13, Michael Oakland.
And hopefully we are back live at the State A American Legion Tournament. We have one out, and Brett, tell us what happened while we were resetting our computer.
Cathal got a ground ball out to second base. Tate Muncie for the first out for Harrisburg. And we have Michael Oakland, the catcher, is at the plate.
And he is going to walk. The home crowd, or the Yankton crowd, not overly enthused about that strike call. And Harrisburg will have a runner on first base, one out for Yankton. Cathal working on the mound. He'll go to the stretch.
We have Ty Raymond, the center fielder's up to plate for Harrisburg.
And that pitch is high. 2 balls. No strikes. Oakland on first. He is being not getting a big lead over there.
No, we haven't seen either team's running game come into play
Not yet. There hasn't been, well, Yankton had a couple players on, but Sheldon, I don't think, is a real big threat to steal. And then the double, obviously, which I thought was going to be a home run from my vantage point.
I did too. I thought we were going to have a 2-run home run, and then even bigger, the play by Kokinch at third that shuts that down.
Oh, that's the play of the game so far. Saved 2 runs. And strike is called. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and two, right down the middle. Nice pitch by Cathal. Cathal keeping the runner on first close. Oakland not a big lead. And there is strike 3, backwards K for Cathal. Is that his first strikeout?
That is his first strikeout, and that brings 2 outs for Harrisburg.
We're in the second inning. Oakland on first base. We'll see now if Oakland is a threat to steal with 2 outs. This will bring up a Schlappkohl. Schlappkohl is a .323 average. Good hitter. That one's up for ball 1.
I think he's one of the few guys in the Harrisburg lineup that doesn't have a home run on the season.
Yeah, this Harrisburg team, they've got the big stick, don't they? And that is a strike. 1-1. Fun fact by Cathal, by the way, he has a superstition. He's the pitcher for Yankton. We've been talking about him. Before every game, he puts on his belt upside down. Can you put a belt on upside down?
You know, I'm kind of wondering that one too. I don't know that you can.
I don't know either. Interesting superstition. 3 balls, 1 strike to Raymond. Swing and fouls it back, just misses that one straight back. And that usually tells you that your timing is right there. You just missed it. Isn't that right, Brett?
Yes, he had a good swing on that pitch. He's on it. He's got 2 strikes. He's battling here.
2 outs in the second inning.
It's always good to see a kid work the count, get a full count, get the pitch count up there.
That is a swing. It's hit to center field. Looks like a gapper. It is going to drop. We're going to
score a run on that one.
Oakland on his way home, and he's going to score, and we have a stand-up double for Schlapko. Schlapko with the RBI, and that gapper, good hit to that right center field in between Bestie and Surek, and that is going to score Oakland. So first up on the board in this State Legion tournament is Harrisburg, and they lead 1-0. They are the visitors here this afternoon.
That was a great at-bat by Schlapko. Worked the count full and then drove a double into right center field.
And 2-out hitting.
Yes.
That was good hitting by Schlapko. Safransky now up to bat. He's looking to, go back to back here and try and trade spaces with Schlapko. That one is a strike.
Gave him something off speed on that pitch.
0-2. Cathell with the swing. That's going to go to the third base. A dive out of the outstretched arms of Goki. The play at the plate. It's way too high. And that is going to be another run for Harrisburg. Just as Safransky wanted to. He wanted to trade places with Schlapko, and he does. Now 2-0 for Harrisburg.
Big 2-out hitting by the bottom of the order for Harrisburg.
Yeah, this has all come with 2 outs, Brett.
And the throw over the catcher's head let Safransky get into second base, so we have another runner in scoring position for the top of the order. And one of the best hitters in the tournament with Kokenge up to bat for Harrisburg.
Yeah, you see, the Wishan at second talking to his center fielders and pointing deep. And that's probably a good decision at this time. I mean,
7 home runs on the season.
Yeah. So Kokenge looking to trade spots now, all with 2 outs. The right-hander. That is up on Kokenge. Kokenge 0 for 1, and he started off. He's the leadoff for Harrisburg, and he went deep to center field. Bestie made a nice catch on that running play, deep fly ball. But Harrisburg now with another threat. Breaking ball.
Count goes to 3-1. 2 more.
Cathell looking him at a second. Now the pitch.
Now we have 3-1.
Now we've got 3 balls, 1 strike. The Yankton crowd wanted that strike call. Hitters count for Kokenge. Dangerous hitter. Cathell needs to be careful. And he does get the strike. Full count. Kokenge kind of bending his knee there. He didn't look like he liked that one, that call, but either that or he wishes he would have taken that, one or the other. Pitches in, swing.
Got him.
And they got him. Big strikeout by Cathell. So after 2, we've got Harrisburg with 2 runs on 2 hits. There are no errors. We'll be back.
Whether you're cheering on your team from across the state or across the country, just know right here in Watertown, Sharp Automotive is driving hometown pride forward. From new Chevys and GMCs to trusted service and parts, Sharp Automotive is proud to support South Dakota Legion Baseball in the next generation of hometown heroes. Shop online anytime at sharpgm.com. We'll be here when you're ready. Sharp Automotive, driven to serve and proud to support all baseball fans.
Mack Landscaping and Lawn Irrigation was started in 1983 and has developed into the top landscape and lawn irrigation business in the area. And it's not hard to see why. Just take a look at some of the work they've done. No job is too big or too small. Give Shane Mack a call at 605-880-6001 for landscaping or Wyatt Mack at 605-880-0300 for lawn irrigation or lighting.
At Active Heating, you could say we specialize in comfort, heating and air conditioning, plumbing, air and water quality. Active Heating is ready. Too hot or too cold? Our certified comfort experts for Coleman Heating and Cooling Equipment can help. Don't let a leak drain your bank account. Our plumbers can handle it. Improve your air and water quality with an air purifier and reverse osmosis.
And we're back. We will see Reichen, the shortstop, up for Yankton. Beck Reichen, a 286 hitter, has won triple on the year, and he's one I was actually talking to before the game. He needs to have a Mountain Dew. That's his go-to drink before every game.
Is that for a little kick of energy, or it's not an energy drink, I guess? But
yeah, I don't know. He likes his Mountain Dew. No outs, and Yankton down by 2. Severson with the pitch, and Reichen fouls that one off down the first base line.
We have some Watertown fans harassing us up here.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. It's good to have this tournament in Watertown. To Beck, and Beck with a nice throw over to the first baseman of Boshi.
I will have to give credit
Boshi, excuse me,
to the grounds crew, coaching staff, the association, Watertown. Probably the best I've seen the field look.
Yeah, it maybe in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. It's nice to have this Legion tournament here. Of course, the parents did a lot of work, a lot of volunteer hours. Bestie now up to bat. Tate Bestie.
You still have a little semblance of the Watertown football W out in left field,
Yeah,
but
that'd be at the 50-yard line, which is kind of where we're sitting for this game. We're sitting at the 50-yard line down at the left field. Not sure what happened there. We're just far enough away. I couldn't hear the home plate umpire of Whitcraft. Bestie with a 1-1 count. Bestie is the center fielder for Yankton. Severson with the pitch, the right-hander, breaking ball, and that is in for a ball. 2-1. Now 2-2, fastball on the inside corner. Good pitch by Severson. Severson, he is a big Twins fan. So this is kind of Twins territory, and he likes Byron Buxton is his favorite player. Pitches in and swing, and just behind that one goes down foul. You know, here at, I've seen a lot of baseball this summer, Brett, and, well, every summer. And here at Watertown Stadium, every foul ball is worth $1.
That's pretty impressive. A lot of places are 50 cents, 75 cents. I don't know that maybe one other place I heard the $1 for a foul ball. So we have some kids having running races today.
They don't need to work down here in Watertown. They just come to the ball field. And Tate Bestie does earn the walk there off of Severson. That will bring up Sager, the left fielder. Throw over to Bestie. Bestie is a threat to steal. He has 9 stolen bases on the year. He's got a good lead. Severson taking a look, goes back to first, and he is safe. Severson clearly knows Bestie's a threat. And Yankton trying to get their first run across the plate. Severson looking. Pitches in. And in for a strike. Severson with 32 pitches on the day. 22 of them have been strikes, so he has been pitching strikes all afternoon. Another one in for a strike, goes up 0-2. Severson has given up 2 hits. This one's in and must be just inside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tate Bestie on first base. Tate Bestie has something in common with Severson. They're both Twins fans, actually. There's a strike 3. Big strikeout by Severson. Severson with his 2nd strikeout on the day.
2 outs brings Evan Sirk, the right fielder, for Yankton to the plate.
Sirk, a running back for the Yankton Bucks.
Constantly good in football, Yankton is.
Yes.
Seems like every year have solid teams, no matter what.
No matter what, Yankton puts together a good gridiron team. Severson, the right-hander, pitches, and that is just up. 2-0 count. There is 2 outs. Harrisburg leads this game. This is the 2nd game of the American Legion Tournament. Post 320, Rapid City Post 320 won the first game over Post 22 Hard Hats. First time that's been completed since 2008. In-town rivals, and I was here at the end of that game, and Post 320, they knew the occasion there. They came out, they celebrated, and as they should. That's it's so much when it's a rival and you've lost a few games, it becomes a mental game, and they overcame that here today.
Talk about an excited crew. They were down in front of us after the game, and I don't know if it was a parent or somebody from Rapid getting them all still fired up after the game.
Yeah, I saw that. Parents were excited as well. And Severson walks Sirk. Samuel Goki up to bat. Goki.
He's a leadoff hitter for Yankton. Four games today here at Watertown Stadium.
Yeah, 4 games. Come on out if you are in the area. It's a beautiful day for a ball game. Or if you're listening to us and sitting in your office and watching a little game, that's okay today. It's State American Legion Baseball. If you're at work, sitting at your office, it's okay to watch a game.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
All right. We give you permission. Actually, Brett gives you permission.
Yep. That's just a good work day.
2 balls, 1 strike is the count on Goki. Goki is 0 for 1 on the day. Yankton has 2 men on base. There is 2 outs. Severson trying to get out of it. Wild pitch. They do make the throw, and it looked like it was going to go over the head of Kokej, but Kokej goes up and gets that. Now Yankton with 2 men in scoring position. The count is 3-1. Severson laboring just a bit with his team, having 2 outs. 3 balls, 1 strike to Goki. Severson with the pitch. It is hit. It's going deep into the gap. No, it is caught by Raymond. Raymond on the run and reaches over and gets that big catch. So we've seen 2 big defensive plays for Harrisburg. We'll be back.
Looking for a way to show your school spirit and support the Watertown School District? With the Arrow Spirit card from American Bank and Trust, you can do both. Every time you use your Arrow Spirit debit card, a portion of your purchase goes right back to the school, helping fund important programs and activities. It's a win for you and a big win for our students. Visit your local American Bank and Trust at 1715 First Avenue Northeast today to sign up and make a difference with every swipe. American Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
In town for the game or just passing through? Well, swing by Country Road Barn, home of the area's best smoked meats, brisket, ribs, pulled pork, all slow smoked to perfection and served with that small town charm. They're open Wednesday through Friday, 5 until 9 p.m., so plan your visit and bring your appetite. It's a true taste of small town South Dakota and worth every mile. The Country Road Barn, just minutes from Watertown and a home run for your hunger. Stay connected with them on their Facebook page or website.
And welcome back to the iconic Watertown Stadium. We are in the 3rd inning. Harrisburg up 2-0. They are the visitors on the scoreboard. Cathell started this game, and he remains on the mound. Cathel's pitched 2 innings. He's given up 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. He's walked 2, and he has struck out 2. Currently, he is pitched 46 pitches, the right-hander. And he is now 1-1 count on Boshi. Seeing maybe a little bit of disagreement by some of the fans on some of these strike calls. Foul ball, and that is going to be out. Just fell between Goki and Johnson.
Yeah, I think they had a chance to catch that, actually.
Yeah, I don't know if they were looking. I think that had to be a miscommunication because it kind of just dropped right between the 2 of them.
Well, some account we have, especially down the left field and to the left, we have a lot of foul ground here, and they might not be used to
That's true.
The dimensions here.
That is true. There is a lot of foul ground in the Watertown Stadium on the left field line. They can go a long ways. And that is going to hit Boshi, so Boshi is going to go to first. No outs for Harrisburg. Boshi will go to first base, and that is going to bring up number 15 for Harrisburg.
Bryson Esser, DH in today's game. He's batting .391 with 5 home runs. Pretty typical for Harrisburg.
Yeah, Harrisburg is hitting the ball well here today against Cathell, and we know that these 2 teams have played this year. It was back in June, and Yankton did defeat them in the doubleheader. But it's been some time ago, and this is state tournament action. We've seen 1 upset, and right now, it's still early, 3rd inning. Harrisburg up 2-0. Esser now with a 1-2 count. Esser is 0 for 1 on the day. Boshi at first. Down in the dirt, it's dug out by Johnson. Swing, blooper, long run, and great play.
Fantastic play by our shortstop.
Yeah, Beck Reichen with a diving play, going out, running to his right, over his right shoulder, had to dive, and he does get that play. Fantastic. That will keep Boshi at first base. We're going to see the manager for Yankton come out and meet with Boshi, or meet with Cathell, Cathell at 54 pitches. And that's the key in these games. There is pitch count rules in American Legion baseball. He is at 54 pitches right now, which means he would have to have 2 days of rest. If he pitches 7 more pitches, he would need 3 days of rest. Don't know if that's what he's coming out and talking about, but that does become a strategy in baseball here.
It does, especially in an extended tournament like this, that if they're playing well, can go through the weekend, and you have to take that into consideration.
Yeah, and I think most teams are going to pitch their ace in the first game in the hopes that they get them back in that day 4, right? I mean, keep them around so they can pitch twice in the tournament.
Yes, exactly. And I think if they get up over 80, it's 4 days off.
Then it's 4 days off. Yep, that's correct.
So definitely some strategy with your pitchers during this tournament.
Beek hits this, and it is just about straightaway center to Bestie. Bestie, easy can of corn for Bestie. That is 2 outs, keeping Boshi at first base. Boshi did get to first with no outs, and now Cathell has been able to earn 2 outs to try and get out of this inning.
Brings up Tate Muntz, the Tigers right fielder.
Muntz, a .322 average. He is 0 for, I believe 0 for 1 today.
Yes, he grounded out second base in his first at bat.
There's a hit, goes to second again. Wishon right there, grounds it cleanly, throws over to first for the out. That is 3 outs.
As one of the nation's strongest financial organizations, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card have the strength to do good. We support nearly 700 organizations and nonprofits. Our employees give more than 30,000 volunteer hours annually. And we are continually seeking ways to make South Dakota an even better place to live. It's the Premier way. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card.
Infinity Fun is the place to be. They got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun, they got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun.
Open 7 days a week in Watertown.
Do something to launch your future at Lake Area Tech. It's a living, working, thought-producing environment to help you level up in the workforce. Combined with hands-on training and real-world experience, you'll be ready to find a high-paying career you'll love right out of school, the way 99% of our graduates do. It's the best return on your college investment, the quickest path to your future success. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
All right, in the third inning, Harrisburg up 2-0, seeing Yankton coming to bat in the bottom of the third. Yankton looking to plate their first run here this afternoon. Severson remains on the mound. He has pitched the complete 2 innings. He's only given up 2 hits, no runs. He's walked 2 and struck out 2, and he has pitched 45 pitches here so far this afternoon. We're going to see the big Matthew Sheldon come up to plate, and he did score the first run for Yankton today. Down for a ball.
Sheldon's batting .389 on the year and also over a 500 on base percentage. That's impressive.
540 on base percentage. Has a pretty good balance too. I mean, 43% ground ball rate to 31% fly ball. I mean, that's and in order to do that, he's hitting the ball hard.
He looks like a big, strong kid.
Yeah, he does. It's another one, again, that we mentioned, going to Mount Marty University, going to play some baseball. Counts 3-0. Sheldon looking to get on base again, and he, just as he did in the last inning, trying to get something started. He was 1 for 1, does take a strike. Foul ball. Evens the count up at 3-2. Severson now going to give the payoff pitch. He's got his sign. Pitches in, swing, and swings right through it. Severson with a big strikeout. Gets his 3rd strikeout on the afternoon.
That brings Fieser to the plate. He went off the wall in right field in his first at bat for a stand-up double.
Yeah, he was the one we thought was going to hit that one out, the left-hander. Severson with the pitch and goes high.
And I've been impressed with Severson today, the way he's, even when he's down in the count, he's battled back, and he's pitching a good game so far.
Yeah, Severson is doing a nice job on the mound. 2 balls. Seeing Fieser at the plate, and he had that double. Fieser wants to go to chiropractic school. I don't know if he's decided where he wants to go. Left-hander swings and foul ball. Ethan Beek is with Harrisburg. He also wants to go to chiropractor school. So we've got some commonalities between some of these players. Fieser lost his bat all the way back to the backstop. Severson, swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Severson. He started this inning with 2 strikeouts, so he's got 4 on the day.
Brings up catcher Gavin Johnson.
We mentioned Severson is a strikeout pitcher, but he also, has a tendency to walk several, batters. We haven't seen that here today. Hopefully I don't give him the broadcaster jinx, but so far he has been just pitching dynamite.
Yeah, he's done a really good job controlling the zone.
Gavin Johnson takes a strike. 1-1 count. If you're listening to us here on Post 17 YouTube or Post 17 TV, let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering on, or simply maybe just enjoying some of the South Dakota's best prep baseball right here in Watertown, South Dakota. Good hit up the middle for Johnson. Wishan now comes up to the plate. Wishan has 10 RBIs on the year.
He's 0 for 1 on the day. He struck out in the second inning.
Johnson not a big threat to steal generally. He's on first base. Severson, he's going to give him the respect though. Looks over there. So Severson, as we talked about, even though he's not hasn't been typically a threat to steal, he is paying attention to him over there at first base. Severson with the pitch now, goes up, swing. Safe at first, big strong arm by Oakland down to Boshi. Johnson does get back just in time. When a catcher's able to make those types of throws, that shows they have confidence in their arm. They're seeing the field well. And the first and the third baseman, those corners need to be ready for those quick throws from the catcher. 2-1 to Wishan.
Good block by the catcher there. Keeps the ball in front of him.
Oakland is playing a nice game back there. We're not seeing, well, both catchers are. You're not seeing a lot go to the backstop. They've been keeping everything in front of them. Severson with the pitch, swing and a miss. We've got a full count. One man on in Johnson. Severson looking to get out of this and keep his team up 2-0 in the bottom of 3. Johnson takes off the swing, and it goes to right field where Muntz is at, and he gets the out. We have no runs on 1 hit, and there are no errors after 3. Harrisburg up 2-0.
Looking for family fun all in one place? Then come out to Legends. Tee off on their mini golf course. Race your crew in go-karts. And strike up some laughs with mini bowling. Kids love the arcade, and parents, they've got you covered with cold beer and amazing food. And don't forget the cherry on top, SDSU ice cream. It's all happening at Legends, where fun meets flavor. Highway 212, Watertown.
They say there's no guarantees in life. But who's they? And do they have Midco Internet? Now there's a guarantee. So let's go. Let's go reliable. Let's go resilient. Let's go beyond.
Midwest Foam and Coatings LLC is a family-owned and operated full-service insulation company specializing in spray foam application and energy efficiency. They offer all types of insulation like spray foam, blown-in cellulose, blown-in fiberglass, and fiberglass bats. Midwest Foam and Coatings also does insulation removal along with specialty coating that can restore rubber.
Stadium, the Post 17 field crew out, and this middle of the third inning or start of the fourth inning, going ahead and cleaning up the field. Nice work by this grounds crew here this afternoon.
Harrisburg's going to bring to plate Oakland, Raymond, and Schlapkall, who did some damage in the second for their 2 runs.
I think Oakland, what did he do in that first?
He walked in his first at bat.
Yeah, okay. So he's 0 for 0 on the day. Did draw that walk. Oakland, the catcher for Harrisburg.
And we have a different pitcher for Yankton.
Now pitching is Frick. And that is Boston Frick.
I got down in right field for a single. So Oakland's been on in both of his bats.
Boston Frick in for Yankton. Boston Frick has pitched 33.1 innings this season. He does have a 3.15 ERA, 5 wins, 1 loss. Kind of comes in that 3/4 arm delivery. Does have 22 strikeouts on the year. This is one thing Yankton does have, very deep pitching, which is has benefited them all year long, and we'll see if that continues to hold true here this afternoon. Oakland is on first base, and Raymond up to bat. Harrisburg looking for a balk.
I don't think they're going to get that. I didn't see anything. I don't know if he didn't come to a pause.
I think that's what Harrisburg was asking about. Was didn't think he paused long enough. Frick does get hits the batter of Raymond. Raymond with a long bat toss up in the air, and he's going to go to first. We'll see Oakland and Raymond on first and second. There are no outs. Frick coming into a tight situation here, down 2-0.
Yeah, that caught Raymond right in the numbers on the back. He's kind of walking that one off a little bit.
Yeah, that one hurts. And we're seeing timeout of sorts. The Harrisburg coach calls over his all of his players and is talking to them.
And up to the bat is Schlapkall, who came up big in the second inning with that double that scored a run.
Schlapkall, he also plays football for Harrisburg.
Yankton's infielders went.
They got him. So they talked about this play Harrisburg did, and now we're going to see Harrisburg's coach come out and talk with the umpire on this play. Oakland was called out, and we're seeing this discussion.
That was definitely an odd-looking second baseman, and
yeah,
they came running in.
Clearly,
they threw in behind at second base.
All right. Well, the discussion is over. The umpire goes back into that second position. Now with one out on interesting play. Wasn't that the they ran in. Yeah, I'd like to see that one again. That was
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, that was interesting. But Harrisburg was the one that called timeout and talked about it. Yankton stayed out there, but clearly
you wouldn't have known anything by Yankton doing it. And
right.
I don't know if it distracted the runner just enough.
Must have something.
I think it was good for Frick to get that out.
Yeah, that's a momentum changer right there. Frick steps off, looks at Raymond. Schlapko up to bat. Schlapko, a 323 hitter. He is 1 for 1 today.
Raymond looks to have some speed out there in center field. I don't know if he's a base stealing threat, but maybe an option here.
Frick goes back to first base. Pickoff attempt on Raymond. Raymond safe. You feel the energy. The energy was high in that Rapid City game. It remains high here between Yankton and Harrisburg. Frick walks Schlapko.
Brings up the number 9 hitter, Darren Safransky.
Takes a strike for strike 1. Frick coming in for the first inning here. Cathell had pitched the first 3 innings, and now Frick coming in to relieve him. Yankton down 2-0. Strike 2. So 0-2 count for Frick on Safransky. Safransky, the number 9 batter. 2 men on for Harrisburg. Pitches in, swing over the third baseman to Sager, and Sager throws home and safe at home. Close play.
Catcher wasn't able to hold on to that one. It looked like there was a chance for an out there.
Seeing Johnson kind of walking around back there. It was a real close play down at home. And Harrisburg is going to go up 3-0.
Safransky didn't get all of that one, but he got enough to plate the run.
Just went over the outstretched arms of Goki there at third. Goki went up as high as he could, just couldn't get to it. Nearly hits him. Frick looks in with the pitch, and that does.
It was off his helmet to load the bases up.
And he's going to take a minute. We'll go down to first base, and we're going to see a mound visit by Yankton. Yankton goes to the mound, and you want to settle down your pitcher. He's coming in, you're the favored team here, and tough spot. Comes in down 2-0, and then now giving up a run. Bases are loaded with 1 out, and brings the leadoff. Right? Leadoff man comes up to bat.
A 2-hitter, Noah Boshi. Kokic was the one that got hit in the head.
Boshi up to bat now, and Boshi is one of those big bats for Harrisburg. Frick is going up against Kokenge number 1, and now we've got Boshi number 2. He's going to have the 3-4 hitters here. If he cannot get out of this, we're going to see corners are going to be in for Yankton. Yankton is down 3-0 in the top of this 4th inning. Frick in the stretch. Boshi swings, makes contact. It's going deep. It's a long run, and that is gone! Grand slam for Boshi. That is a huge hit. Noah Boshi. He had 7 home runs on the year, make it 8, and we're going to add 4 RBIs to that one.
What a moment for that kid. Home run in the State Legion tournament.
That is amazing. We're seeing them talk to the right fielder who kind of collided with the fence right there. Big hit by Boshi. We're seeing the right fielder for Yankton, Sarek, may have hit the fence out there. We're seeing
coach is going out to talk to him, see how he's doing.
Coach Lawrence is going to go out there, make sure he's okay.
It's also impressive. You can see that young man's power going opposite field, right center field, clears the fence.
You know, we talked about the big bats of Harrisburg. They just have the power, and that's something that we talked about in our pregame that, you know, Yankton had to be worried about. We've seen it here tonight. They are hitting the ball. As that came off the bat, I didn't think that was gone.
No, I agree with you.
It just kept traveling and traveling. Great hit, and we're going to see, it looks like Cirque is maybe going to come out of the game. So hope that young man is okay.
I can't tell if they're
still talking out there at the first baseline.
And are they keeping Frick in at pitching?
A lot going on right now.
He is still out there.
Harrisburg Post 45 now leading 7-0, and we're going to see Cirque go back out to right field after a walk with his coach, a talk with the first base umpire, and he's going to go back and man his position. Frick remains in the game.
One down here and brings up the designated hitter, Bryson Esser for Harrisburg.
We talk about Noah Boshi, and he is going to be playing baseball at Iowa Central Community College. So that young man, he's going to continue his collegiate playing days, and it's just awesome when you can, you want to keep playing, and there's opportunities, and we can see Boshi's got the bat to do it. Shortstop. Reichen to Fesser for the out. That is the second out of this inning. Harrisburg up 7-0. But we saw the big grand slam by Noah Boshi. Boshi had 7 home runs on the season coming into today and 25 RBIs. He added a 8th home run to his season total, and now he's up to 29 RBIs. Ethan Beek up for Harrisburg. Ethan Beek bats at a .279 average. Ethan Beek, his favorite team, the Kansas City Royals.
You don't see that one too
Not
often
too often
here.
No. But he's down there in the southern part of South Dakota, so maybe they make some trip down there. 7 hours to Kansas City, and
I've been to that ballpark. Beautiful place to watch a game.
I've never been inside, but I have been out afterwards, and the damage has been done. Harrisburg up 7-0 after 3.5. We'll be back.
All right, we're back here in the middle of the game here of game number 2, and we're talking with Bo Garcia, commissioner from the South Dakota American Legion. How you doing today, Bo?
Doing pretty good.
All right, well, good to have you. It is. Can you hear me? All right, we're here. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Here's how the bracket looks on day
Baseball, small towns, and strong communities. It's what South Dakota is all about. And at Sharp Automotive in Watertown, we're proud to stand behind the Legion State Tournament and everything it represents. Whether you're in the stands or watching from miles away, know that Sharp is committed to quality vehicles, friendly service, and supporting the next generation. Explore more at sharpautos.com. Sharp Automotive, where you can always count on us.
Between working on our farm and being a surgical nurse here at Prairie Lakes for 43 years, my shoulders have been through a lot. I needed a different kind of surgery. It's called a reverse total shoulder replacement. Different shoulders are different. With surgeons like Dr. Johnston here in Watertown, I didn't need a different city, just a different plan.
Prairie Lakes Healthcare System. Your health, our mission.
Severson coming out for the 4th inning, but right in front of us is the bullpen, and Harrisburg does have Rylan Bowe warming up in the bullpen for Harrisburg. Severson.
That's all right, because that would have been a good
65 pitches, maybe? 2-0. That pitch count rule probably coming into play. They want to keep him for the 4th day if they're able to pull this one out and continue in the journey of this State A American Legion baseball tournament.
Seems like they maybe want to keep him right below that 80 pitch mark.
Yes. Yep. So he'd be ready on 3 days, which is an American Legion baseball rule, pitch count rule. It calls a strike. The Yankton crowd doesn't like that one. Rylan Beck up to bat. He's, or Beck Reichen up to bat. Basketball player. Point guard, actually, down there for the Bucks. Severson now has worked a full count, or given a full count to Reichen. It's hit to center field. Line drive. It's going to be a gapper, and it is going to be cut down. He's underneath it.
Good slide. Slid around the tag attempt by Slopko.
Raymond tracked that one down, went for the long throw to second, and Reichen just slid right underneath it and called safe. The umpire right there for the call. Harrisburg again coming out to have a conversation with the umpire. Short conversation.
Raymond did a good job there. He got that ball in quick. I didn't even think it was going to be close at second base, and it ended up being a pretty close play.
A good arm by Raymond out in center field to get there. He did have a little bit of bobble, which I think allowed Reichen to get to second base, but arguably I thought that was going past him.
Yeah, so I would agree with you.
He tracked that ball down well. Bestie up to bat.
He walked in his first at bat today.
Bestie, a .319 average hitter.
Yankton needs to get something going here.
Yeah, they just have not been able to put anything together. 1-1 count on Bestie. Bestie's mother, Tiffany, used to be a head coach here in Watertown for the volleyball. As did your sister, but before Tiffany was here.
Yeah, that was a few years back. My sister actually was the first coach for Watertown High School for volleyball. Back in the early 90s.
Before,
Which I'm guessing, I think probably Watertown was the last large school to start a volleyball program.
It was. 2-2 count to Tate Bestie.
Test,
Riken remains at second base. Yankton trying to plate their first run here in the fourth inning. It is the bottom of the fourth. They are the home team on the scoreboard. Bestie's now worked a 3-2 count on Severson. We'll see. I bet this is going to be Severson's last batter. Severson with 75 pitches.
Test.
Kokenge throws that one over to first and gets Tate Bestie. And we are going to see the manager come out for Harrisburg. Will Simmons going to come out and talk with Severson and likely make a pitching change. You know, we look back at Kokenge. Kokenge got that ground ball. He looked at second base to Riken. Riken smartly went back to second, and then Kokenge made the big throw over the plate. But good applause by Severson, and he deserves that applause. He's going to finish the day.
Yes, he's had an excellent pitching outing. He's controlled the game so far, hasn't given up a run.
Yeah, he's going to finish the day with 3.1 innings pitched. He's given up 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and struck out 4. And Yankton was threatening there a couple of times, and he worked himself out of it. So a good day. Now, you look at 3.1 innings, you'd probably want him to go a little bit deeper into the game, but you know, he did his job here this afternoon. He ends with 77 pitches, which means he does need to have 3 days rest before Yankton can bring him back into this tournament.
And I think that's the key. They wanted him to be available again sometime this week to pitch, so they try to keep him below that 80. Like you said, probably wanted to get more than 3.1 innings out of him, but you can't complain with 0 runs allowed.
No, I think they're going to take that every day, and each and every day when you're playing a team like Yankton. He's blanked them after 3.1, and now you give it over to number 2, Ryland Bowe. We saw him warming up in the bullpen while Severson was working facing Tate Bestie. Ryland Bowe, he's pitched 23.2 innings over the season. He's got 2 wins on 3 losses, a 4.732 ERA. I think he seems to me to be more of that pitch-to-contact pitcher. He's not going to overpower you. He's going to hit the strike zone, be right around the strike zone. And, hey, that's what you want. Allow your defense now to make the play. And we'll see what happens here. The Yankton Post 12 has, there's 1 out on the board. They've got 1 person on second, and that is Riken. And now we'll see Sager up to bat versus Bowe.
And I think that's what Harrisburg is looking for. They're looking for outs at this point. They obviously don't want the runner on second base to score, but they're up 7-0. So if they give up a run here, I think they want outs.
Yes.
They want to go after the batter.
And you could tell Bowe's, he's got a little bit behind his fastball there, and he's probably a little bit pumped up as well. American Legion State Tournament, his team up 7-0. Good spot to come into.
Yeah, he kind of surprised me there. I didn't think he'd kind of have that kind of juice, but he doesn't look like a big, tall, overpowering young man, but looks like he can bring it a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like he can bring it, of course. Yeah, I think his strikeout total doesn't, really show that, but
Test.
see what happens here. Bo in the stretch. One ball, 2 strikes to Sager. Sager bats .233 on the year, but has an on-base percentage of just under 5 at .429.
That clearly shows his patience at the plate and was able to work the count.
You know, I was talking to some of the Yankton players ahead of time, and I saw a player drinking a white Monster drink, and as I look at you know what his superstition is drinking a white Monster drink before the game. So
you found it.
I know who he was now. Throw to second, he's in and safe. Oakland goes deep. Reichen was just a little bit too far off for Oakland, the catcher for Harrisburg. He makes the big throw to second, and Reichen gets back safely. Sager stays alive with a full count.
Test, test, test.
Oh, we went up to get that one. I thought that might get into center field for a hit, but the shortstop.
Beck goes up and gets that one. That will be 2 outs. So again, Yankton's trying to plate their first run of the afternoon. Reichen remains at second base.
Starting to see some other teams file in for the opening ceremonies after this game.
Cirque, he was the right fielder that went off the wall of that home run. They went out and talked with him. He took a short walk, and he did stay in the game. Tough kid, running back, defensive back for the Bucks. Takes another strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Cirque. Bo with the windup or the stretch, swings and strike 3. So Bo comes in, and he is going to get out of this inning. Holds Yankton to no runs. We'll be back.
Stop into Roy's Sports Shop for the newest and latest apparel, footwear, and equipment for your sports. Whether it's a new bat from Marucci, a glove from Rawlings, a new pair of shoes from Under Armour or Adidas, or a pair of Oakley sunglasses, Roy's Sports Shop has what you need. Check out their online spirit store for apparel from your favorite team or school. Let them know if you'd like to start a new online store for your team or organization. Roy's Sports Shop is a local business that has served our area for the past 50 years. Roy's Sports Shop, East Highway 212, Watertown.
In the heart of South Dakota, where community and traditions thrive, ReliaBank has been a trusted presence for over a century. From our humble beginnings in 1920, we've grown alongside our communities, committed to financial success and community betterment. At ReliaBank, hometown customer service isn't just a promise, it's our legacy. Your success is our success, so let's keep growing today, tomorrow, and for the next 100 years. experience banking where hometown values still matter.
Starting lineup for KXLG Radio. Leading off at the front desk, Lori Kane. On the air, your power hitters: Jeremy Herbold, Ben Dilla, Jan Robson, Tim Williams, Gary Weckworth, Robin Givens, Doreen Foster, and Jaden Thomas. If it's news, Steve Jurens hits it out of the park. In sales, your closers: Andy Turback, Ben Dilla, Nicole Kraus, and Brody Reese. And skipper,
Yankton Zarbach into pitch, and the first pitch goes over Sager's head for a stand-up double.
That's Tate Muntz.
By Tate Muntz. So Tate Muntz comes in, sees the first pitch off of Cohen Zarbach, and puts it over the left fielder's head for a stand-up double. Cohen Zarbach now pitching for Yankton. He's got a 3.78 ERA and a whip of just I believe it's 6.2. So Zarbach again, Cohen Zarbach, the pitcher for Yankton. And the first pitch was seen by Muntz, and he puts it deep into left field. 0 out. Zarbach trying to work himself out of this. Harrisburg threatening again in the fifth, top of the fifth, and they do lead 7-0. We've seen one upset already today, and Harrisburg working on a second. 1-1 count.
Catcher Mike Oakland at the plate for Harrisburg.
Oakland 1 for 1 on the day. Three balls, one strike to Oakland. Zarbach looking at Muntz quite a bit on second. Right now, Yankton, they are just looking to get these outs. Popped up, going to left field. And that is a catch by Reichen. Reichen makes that catch, runs it in. That could have either gone to both Reichen or Sager. Reichen, nice play. He covers a lot of ground.
He does. He looks athletic. He looks quick. I've been impressed with him so far today. Looks like he controls Yankton's infield for him.
He, I believe, will be a senior at Yankton this next year, so we'll see him again in a Legion uniform next year. Raymond up to bat for Harrisburg. Raymond 0 for 1 on the day. Yankton on their third pitcher.
It's going to get down.
Base hit, and they held him up at third. Gets it in right away. So Raymond now with his first hit on the day, 1 for 2. Muntz is held up at third base. Zarbach has got 1 out, and Harrisburg has runners on the corners. This will bring up number 4, Griffin Schlapkall. Schlapkall is 1 for 1 on the day. Harrisburg threatening again in this American Legion tournament. First round play. Foul ball.
No, Harrisburg's bottom of their lineup has really come through today. They've scored several runs. They've been on base when their big hitters at the top of the order have come up.
Yeah, Harrisburg has really been, so far in this game, put it all together. I mean, offensively, defensively, pitching. They've been a really good team, playing really, really well. Zarbach on the bump for Yankton. He's got Harrisburg runners at the corners. Which is in, swing. Looked like a cutter maybe. Got slap call, strike out. Swing and a miss, so 2 outs for Yankton. Zarbach looking to get his team out of here without giving up another run. Safransky up to bat. Pickoff attempt to first and gets him. So Raymond just gets off a little bit too far. Couldn't get back in time, and Zarbach gets the Yankton Post 12 out of that jam. We'll be back.
Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Tony Arnold Construction. If you're looking for a general contractor for custom homes in and around the Watertown area or are in need of residential, commercial home, and commercial home remodeling, give Tony Arnold Construction a call at 605-880-8497 or email TonyArnoldConstruction@gmail.com. Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Tony Arnold Construction.
And welcome back to the iconic Watertown Stadium, where we have Harrisburg leading the Yankton Post 12 in the bottom of 5, 7-0. Goki up to bat for Yankton. Rylan Bowe, the pitcher for Harrisburg.
Goki's 0 for 2 on the day with 2 flyouts to center field.
Kokenge picks that one up. Big throw to first and gets him out on the ground ball. So Goki is the first out. You could see why Kokenge is going to be a Golden Gopher, can't you? He just, we've seen him, up the bat, but big kid, strong kid, plays a strong third base.
Yeah, he almost makes it look easy.
Yeah, he does. Sheldon up to bat. Deep right field. Sarik's out, Muntz is out there and makes the running catch in right field. Sheldon goes down. Matthew Sheldon, 1 for 2 on the day. Now 1 for 3. Does bat .389, but he is out on the run by the right fielder of Muntz. It's up for ball 1.
Feeser doubled in the first. Tried to get Yankton going, but yeah, Harrisburg had a strong inning and got out at 0, no runs.
And Fieser was hit by the pitch, so he's going to take first. There's 1 out, 2 outs. Bo on the mound. It's the first batter that Bo has hit. Gavin Johnson comes to the plate for Yankton. He is 1 for 2 on the day. Bo looking at Fieser on first. Now he delivers. Strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Back to the pitcher. It's going to be out number 3.
And after 3, we have Harrisburg 7, or after 5, excuse me. You caught me on that when you said after 3. Middle inning, we'll be back.
23 pitches for Rylan Bowe of Harrisburg.
William Neal and Company would like to wish the Watertown Post 17 Legion baseball team good luck this season. Another great team for all your auditing, accounting, and tax preparation needs are the professionals at William Neal and Company, a full-service accounting firm serving the area for over 50 years. Offices located in Watertown and Clark. Give them a call today at 886-6028. That's 886-6028.
The best way to get the most out of college is to do the most while you're in it. At Lake Area Tech, you'll learn in living, working environments with hands-on training and real-world experience to prepare for a high-paying career you love right out of school. From the moment you step on campus until you're one of our graduate success stories, when you start something here, you'll get an education you can really put to work and the best return on your investment. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
Glacier Lakes Power Sports and Golf is your indoor golf destination in Watertown, South Dakota. We have 4 golf simulators available to rent 7 days a week. Call us at 605-954-4080 to reserve your time, or visit our website at glpowersports.com.
And after 5, we've got Harrisburg up 7-0. Harrisburg will come to the plate, and they're going to send their number 9 hitter in Safransky to up to bat, and he actually was up to bat in the last inning, but then after the pickoff, he will get another opportunity. So we are going to have Zarbach back on the mound for Yankton. Cohen Zarbach. Has gone 1 inning, given up 2 hits and struck out 1. Starts off with a ball here in the top of the 6th. Safransky swings and misses. 1-1 count. You could just feel the energy right now is just kind of sucked out of the stadium. There was a lot of energy in that first game, a lot of energy for about the first 3.5, 4 innings here. And now you just, it's kind of a, as you mentioned, just a lull. Harrisburg up 7-0. Not a lot of breeze coming into the stadium.
Yeah, we talked about that on the break, how just kind of almost a pause or a lull with the crowd.
Yankton needs something. Yankton needs something to get that energy back and that swagger that they started with. Let's see if Zarbach can get them out of this inning. Tough.
He's going to beat that one out.
Yeah, just came up on Goki. Safransky hit that to third, came up on Goki. Goki tried to recover, but that's going to go down. Probably, I would say, is the first error of this game for both teams.
Yeah, he hustled out of the box there, and the third baseman bobbled it, and that was just enough to get him there. That was a big swing.
Big swing. He was going for that, yeah. So the leadoff batter for Harrisburg, and that is Kokenge. Kokenge has 7 home runs on the year and does bat .376, and really good third baseman. He's looking to add a couple more for his Harrisburg Post 45 team. Safransky on first base, and Zarbach pitching. Pickoff attempt, he's back in. But Zarbach does have a pretty good move. We saw it in the last inning.
Does it a little different. He actually looks over his right shoulder when he's looking back to first base. You don't see that very often.
No, you don't. Outside corner for a strike. Called strike. Kokenge is 0 for 2 on the day. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Zarbach now with 20 pitches in his second inning of work.
Looks like he held up there.
Yeah, the crowd is asking him to check. Yeah, there is no... And they're going to ask for help, and first base umpire says no swing, which from this angle it didn't look like a swing, or that he went all the way through. Count is full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Kokenge is going to walk and put Safransky on second, Kokenge on first. Zarbach.
Probably not the spot Yankton wanted right now with Boshi. Hit a grand slam his last at bat with 2 guys on base coming to the plate.
Now let's see if Boshi goes for it again or if he just tries to get a single. Sometimes, that was a good swing by Boshi. Boshi did have that grand slam.
I don't know if I'm him.
You're going for it?
I'm swinging hard.
Yeah. Well, I think you'd swing hard anytime, wouldn't you?
Well, probably.
One ball, 1 strike to Boshi. Boshi is or has had the grand slam in this game. He's got 2 of his teammates on the base paths. He swings and goes straight up in the air. A lot of foul territory.
What a play by the shortstop.
Wow. Great play by Reichen.
Yeah, Beck Reichen
again. We've talked about it. He just covers so much territory. He came from that shortstop area, makes that catch.
Like we said, so much foul ground here into left field, and he didn't give up on that play, kept coming.
The only error I think you have is right there in that play is Zarbach didn't come over and cover third, which, you know, allowed Safransky to tag up and get to third. I don't think Zarbach thought anybody was getting to it. But again, that big foul territory we have at the Watertown Stadium allows for some of those plays to happen. Great play by Beck Reichen.
Thought we might hear a little more. That might be the thing to get Yankton going. That's a tough play. Does an excellent job, but
yeah, the energy right now that Yankton needs to find something to give them that spark. You know, they're down deep, but they have the ability. They're a good team, and they need to get out of this. Johnson makes the throw. Kokenge on the steal, and they just threw short, trying to see if they could pull Safransky off of third. Safransky doesn't bite, and we've got a stolen base for Kokenge. Esser up to bat. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Bryson Esser, a .391 batting average. Harrisburg comes in as the 7th seed, but they certainly haven't acted as such here today. Their record is 16 wins, 20 losses on the American Legion season. But in their high school season, they went to the championship. So, you know, we know that I think everybody here knows they're a good team. Deep shot, that is caught by Sager. Sager tries to get it in, hits the cutoff man, and that is a RBI sacrifice by Esser. And Safransky goes in and does score, makes this game 8-0.
that's just it. We know Harrisburg's a good team, better probably than the record is. They had an excellent high school season, so tough task for Yankton today.
Ethan Beek up to bat for Harrisburg. Zarbach remains on the mound. Down in the dirt and is dug out by Johnson. But you know, the one thing that we know about Yankton is, okay, so, you know, there's still time here. I mean, they're down 8 runs. It's not looking great for them. They don't have the energy. But they've got really deep pitching, and that's what you need to win a tournament. And, you know, they'll have another opportunity. It makes it a little bit more difficult if they don't come back and win this game. But certainly something that can be done. Zarbach, 2 balls to 1 strike to Ethan Beek. Ethan Beek also has a home run on the season. Swing and miss, 2-2 count. He went and strike 3. So Zarbach gets out of this inning, but not before Harrisburg scored 1 run. It's 8-0, and we are completed with 5.5. We'll be back.
Whether you're cheering on your team from across the state or across the country, just know right here in Watertown, Sharp Automotive is driving hometown pride forward. From new Chevys and GMCs to trusted service and parts, Sharp Automotive is proud to support South Dakota Legion Baseball and the next generation of hometown heroes. Shop online anytime at sharpgm.com. We'll be here when you're ready. Sharp Automotive, driven to serve and proud to support all baseball fans.
Mack Landscaping and Lawn Irrigation was started in 1983 and has developed into the top landscape and lawn irrigation business in the area. And it's not hard to see why. Just take a look at some of the work they've done. No job is too big or too small. Give Shane Mack a call at 605-880-6001 for landscaping or Wyatt Mack at 605-880-0300 for lawn irrigation or lighting.
At Active Heating, you could say we specialize in comfort, heating and air conditioning, plumbing, air and water quality. Active Heating is ready. Too hot or too cold? Our certified comfort experts for Coleman Heating and Cooling Equipment can help. Don't let a leak drain your bank account. Our plumbers can handle it. Improve your air and water quality with an air purifier and reverse osmosis system from Active Heating, your local Coleman dealer. Active Heating of Water.
After 2, Harrisburg, the 7th seed, does lead the number 2 seed, Yankton Post, 12 in the opening round of American Legion Baseball, 8-0. We do have Ryland Bowe on the mound for Harrisburg. And Wishan up to bat for Yankton. Owen Wishan. He is going to go to Mount Marty University and play some baseball. Wishan is 0 for 2 here this afternoon so far. 1-1 count. Yankton trying to get anything going. They need just some spark. You know, the spark left them probably in that third, 3.5, especially after that grand slam. That took the air out of the sails for Yankton.
Yeah, they're looking for any way on base at this point. They just need to get some runners and get something going.
Stay with us for our post game. We'll have the KXLG team of Jeremy Herbold, Todd Judding, and Ben Dilla with our post game. So stay with us. Running deep throw. And just goes past the first baseman, which is going to allow Wishan to get to second on the air. Tough play by Beek, and Beek went after that, had him made a good fielding play, and then long throw, and it just went under the glove of Boshi.
That was going to be an interesting call had that play been made at first.
Yeah, I wasn't so sure what he was going to call. Yep. So they are giving the air to, on the throw, to Beek. And this will send Beck Reichen to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today. Wishan is on second. Bowe now with 28 pitches, and he's got an pitcher's count to Beck Reichen. Fastball just high. Good 0-2 pitch. Bowe looks at the runner, now throws in. That is strike 3. Beck Reichen down on strikes. Good pitch by Ryland Bowe.
Center fielder Tate Bestie up to bat.
That is Ryland Bowe's first strikeout on the day, but he's only given up 1 hit as well. No runs, no walks. So the pitching has just been outstanding for Harrisburg this afternoon. And, we knew Harrisburg had good pitching, but we expected the pitching of Yankton to be just, that's what they're known for. And today it has been all Harrisburg in the pitching, defense, and of course we knew the big bats of Harrisburg.
Yeah, I don't think the Harrisburg coaches can ask for any more from their pitching staff today.
I don't think so.
They've held them scoreless. They've limited the walks, and shut down anything that Yankton has gotten going.
I think this is only the second time this entire day that Yankton has had a player on third base. I think Sheldon was on third and maybe the first inning, and now Wishan in the sixth is finally getting on to third. So that's a good day.
It'd be good to see Yankton get something going here, get a run or two across the board.
Yeah, even if they don't win this game, you want to come out of here with some positive energy, some runs. Trey Sager is up to bat for Yankton. He's a .233 batter, and he puts 41% ground ball, 41% fly ball, and that one is a ground ball to third base to Kokenge, and Kokenge gets that and fires it across the diamond for the out. We are after 6. Harrisburg up 8-0.
Looking for a way to show your school spirit and support the Watertown School District? With the Arrow Spirit card from American Bank and Trust, you can do both. Every time you use your Arrow Spirit debit card, a portion of your purchase goes right back to the school, helping fund important programs and activities. It's a win for you and a big win for our students. Visit your local American Bank and Trust at 1715 First Avenue Northeast today to sign up and make a difference with every swipe. American Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
In town for the game or just passing through? Well, swing by Country Road Barn, home of the area's best smoked meats, brisket, ribs, pulled pork, all slow smoked to perfection and served with that small town charm. They're open Wednesday through Friday, 5 until 9 p.m., so plan your visit and bring your appetite. It's a true taste of small town South Dakota and worth every mile. The Country Road Barn, just minutes from Watertown and a home run for your hunger. Stay connected with them on their Facebook page or website.
As one of the nation's strongest financial organizations
is at the plate for Harrisburg. Zarbach is on the mound for Yankton. Muntz just had a long fly ball down the foul ball down the left field and out of play. So 1-1 count. Zarbach in the windup. Cutter,
well.
Line drive, nice hit to the fence. And he's going to have a stand-up double. So Muntz now 2 for 4 on the day after that stand-up double. And that just went over the head. Line drive hit over Safransky.
Looked like he was kind of out on his front foot there, but still put a good charge in it.
He did. That was a good hit. So Zarbach with 37 pitches in the top of the 7th inning. Harrisburg threatening again, no outs. Muntz took that. That was a cutter of some sort or off speed. Couldn't quite tell from our angle that Muntz just put into the left field wall. Zarbach looks at him. Now the pitch down in the dirt, and it's dug out by Johnson. Oakland pops that one up and looks like it's going to be out of play. So the catcher for Harrisburg, Michael Oakland.
Had him reaching a little bit there, fouled it off though.
Michael Oakland for Harrisburg is going to play at Mount Marty as well. So a lot of future teammates and Mount Marty Lancers here on the field.
They're definitely taking South Dakota kids.
Yes, they are.
To join the Lancers next year.
Yeah, Watertown's got a couple of players headed down that way as well. Zarbach looks at Muntz. Now he delivers. It's up high. Walks him. So no outs. Harrisburg threatening with a man on second and a first. Zarbach with 43 pitches on the day so far. Evan Sirk now up to bat for, Ty Raymond up to bat for Harrisburg. Ty Raymond is 1 for 2 on the day. Down in the dirt. Not a lot of chatter from either the players on the field or the crowd. 8-0. It is in the 7th inning. Top of 7. Harrisburg leading Yankton.
And we only play 7 in the American Legion.
We only play 7 now. I think, when I played, we played 9.
I would agree.
They changed that. I don't know how many years ago they changed that, but we only do play 7 now.
I think that's probably good for pitching rules and everything to that aspect.
Yeah, I'm okay with that change as well. Yeah. When you played, did you ever make it to a state tournament in Legion?
We did not.
You did not?
No, we did not. We made it to the, I guess I don't even know what it was called clear back then.
Yeah.
To the finals to get into state, but we were never able to do it.
I did play in a state American Legion tournament, and actually that tournament was held in Howard.
Really?
Yes.
Well, yep. Howard is a big baseball town.
It is.
Howard, Cavor area.
Canova.
I always do that, Cavor. I don't know what my deal is with that, but
yeah.
I think I did that the other day when we were talking.
I think we did, yeah. I think you did. The Canova Gang, an amateur baseball team that takes up the minor county, Howard and Salem. No, Salem has their own. Pitches in and strike 3. Raymond goes down on strikes. Schlapkohl up to bat. Schlapkohl 1 for 2 on the day. Harrisburg remains with Muntz and Oakland on base. Zarbach working on the mound. Right-hander in, swing and a miss.
I think he had one thing on his mind there with that swing.
Yeah. Schlapkohl doesn't have a home run on the season. He does have 1 triple. We see these pier now coming into the stadium for getting ready for opening ceremonies, which will strike out for Zarbach. So he's got his team with two outs, both on strikeouts in this inning. Harrisburg looking to add on. Fransky up to bat for Harrisburg. Cutter down and low. Goki smothers that one up, goes and steps on third for the force out, and makes it 3. Harrisburg coming up to bat in the bottom of the inning. They've got a lot of work to do. We'll be back.
As one of the nation's strongest financial organizations, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card have the strength to do good. We support nearly 700 organizations and nonprofits. Our employees give more than 30,000 volunteer hours annually. And we are continually seeking ways to make South Dakota an even better place to live. It's the Premier way. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card.
Infinity Fun is the place to be. They got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun, they got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun.
Open 7 days a week in Watertown.
Do something to launch your future at Lake Area Tech. It's a living, working, thought-producing environment to help you level up in the workforce. Combined with hands-on training and real-world experience, you'll be ready to find a high-paying career you'll love right out of school, the way 99% of our graduates do. It's the best return on your college investment, the quickest path to your future success. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
And we're back for the bottom of the 7th inning. Yankton up to bat, and they are down by 8, so they have a lot of work to do. Harrisburg sends out Ryland Bowe, and he will be in for his 3rd inning of work. He's only given up 1 hit, and he struck out 2. The pitching just has been phenomenal for Harrisburg here this afternoon.
Yankton's going to try to get something going here, leading off with Evan Sirk, the 9-hitter.
I think they've got Easton Nelson in right now.
That is correct.
Good run out there by Muntz to make that out. Easton Nelson, where's number 4? Well, he's got an opportunity to bat as a pinch hitter. See number 11 now, Goki, come up to bat. Yankton looking to go one at a time. Bowe with the pitch, down low. Good running catch on that by Muntz out there in right field. And Harrisburg has made some nice plays.
Looks to be right at the right fielder.
Muntz gets it again. Deep fly ball to right field. Muntz is there, makes the catch. So Yankton down to their last out. Harrisburg, if they pull this out, which looks like they're going to do, they will be playing tomorrow night at 7 p.m.
Matthew Sheldon with the fly ball, caught by the left fielder.
And that is game. So Harrisburg is going to win in the 2nd upset of this American Legion team.
Pretty quick, yeah.
And
Give them a chance to
kind of turn it over here shortly to the KXLG team.
So let's do this.
But Harrisburg is going to play tomorrow at 7 p.m. And they will face the winner of the Watertown Post 17 and Pierre Post Post 8. And then as we look at the Harrisburg
I'm
Yankton
morning,
team,
'cause I have golf after
Yankton will be playing tomorrow at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and they will play the loser of Pier Post 8 and Watertown Post 17. So here we have, Brett, we've got a 8-0 game. Harrisburg comes out, and we could say this is, at least in the records, an upset, second upset of the American Legion tournament.
It was. I guess I don't think it's an upset when we look at it as well as Harrisburg has played over the last couple of years, and then with their high school season, they've got very good players. So by the numbers, it's an upset, but I think Harrisburg walked into that game.
Yeah, and I think
knowing they were going to, had a chance to win that game.
Yeah, I think you said it, and when I was talking with the Yankton coach ahead of this game, Coach Drew Lawrence, he mentioned, hey, this team, these games are all even, and this tournament could go any way. And I talked to him after the game between Post 320 and Post 22, and so and we saw it here in the Yankton and Harrisburg game. So a couple of at least on paper upsets. I think we can definitely say Game 1 was an upset. 320 having not beat Yankton. Or having not beaten Post 22 since 2008. So, hey, we had the big Grand Slam home run in this one by Boucher. Boucher is a big hitter for Harrisburg, and that is Noah Boucher with the Grand Slam. We've got our post-game show, and that is going to be by the KXLG team of Jeremy Herbold, Todd Judding, and Ben Dilla. Take it away.
Whether you're cheering on your team from across the state or across the country, just know right here in Watertown, Sharp Automotive is driving hometown pride forward. From new Chevys and GMCs to trusted service and parts, Sharp Automotive is proud to support South Dakota Legion Baseball in the next generation of hometown heroes. Shop online anytime at sharpgm.com. We'll be here when you're ready. Sharp Automotive, driven to serve and proud to support all baseball fans.
All right, thank you guys. We're back here. It's the postgame show, KXLG postgame show, game number 2. Wow, what a barn burner this has been here today. First game was pretty exciting. Second game pretty exciting as well. Harrisburg pulling off the victory, and we're going to talk with them right now. Benny, you got the, I guess the man of the second game.
Yeah, Noah, fourth inning, hit a grand slam, kind of busted things open. Off the bat, did you know it was going to carry, or did you think it was?
Off the bat, I honestly thought it was going to be a sac fly. So running down the baseline, I was like, let's go, it's a sac fly. And then it just kept carrying. So.
Sure. And did you see it kind of? Was that kind of what you were anticipating from the pitcher there, that pitch, or just kind of go with it? Or?
Yeah, I was talking to a lot of guys before, and they said it was going a lot.
Awesome. Well, mission accomplished. Congratulations. You make it to day 2 undefeated. Pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Awesome. Absolutely. We get that. Well, thanks for coming. We'll bring in.
Let you get back with your team, getting ready for opening ceremonies. Good job.
Yeah, we can.
Coach Will Simmons, and very excited, is none other than Todd Judding.
Absolutely. Couldn't be more happy for him. Anyway, congratulations on the win. What'd you do leading up to the tournament today or this week as far as practice with preparation?
It was just a complete different change in our mindset. That anyone can beat us and can't just show up, and just staying on the attack mode the entire time. Counting the zone, I think, has really given us a jump these last few weeks.
Great. What about in the game today, staying focused when you guys was 3-0, knowing that you had the 2 seed in front of you? How'd you keep them focused and motivated throughout the course of the game?
Yeah, we knew Yank's a good team. They swept us earlier this year. So we know we had to come and be ready to play. Kaysen did a great job counting the zone and getting out of some really tough situations. And I think a guy like him getting out of that's what really got us got us to win the day.
Fantastic. One other question is, when you look at it now with the 1 seed or the 2 seed, using the first round games, kind of opens things up a little bit. What are your thoughts for heading down the next couple of games here?
Yeah, the state is so good right now, and really anyone can beat anybody. So you can't overlook an opponent, and you got to go ready to play every day.
All All right. Thank you, Will. Very good. Congratulations. We'll talk with you tomorrow for the next game.
Congratulations.
All right. Thank you guys very much. We're going to try to wrap this up. We got the opening ceremonies coming up, and we'll have games 3 and 4 coming up here shortly. First time, big North Carolina fan, if you haven't noticed. He's pretty excited right now. Benny, thanks for joining me here this morning. You'll be back tomorrow morning.
Sure will.
Boy, it's been crazy the first 2 games.
Yes, it is, and we got 2 great games coming up too. So I mean, good baseball all day, and yeah, looking forward to see how the rest of the day shakes out and the matchups we get tomorrow.
Absolutely, should be a lot of fun. We'll be back here coming up shortly. Game 3 and 4 yet to come here this afternoon and tonight. That's a KXLG post-game show. We'll see you in a little while.
You've been watching coverage of the 2025 Class A American Legion Baseball Tournament on Post 17 TV. This has been a presentation of the Watertown Baseball Association.